Hey, how you doing? I hope you're all doing well. We are approaching September, and for Orlando natives, we know that this marks the beginning of Halloween Horror Nights season. And real ones know this is the best time to go because it is cheaper and not as many people go because everyone wants to be aesthetic and go closer to Halloween time, but we do not care in this house. But anyways, today I wanted to talk about purpose, or I guess finding fulfillment in life, when it may feel like there isn't much to do or there isn't much to be satisfied by. Like, I get it, I'm 23, I work full time, I'm in school, I've been doing school since I was 5 years old, I've been working every day since 2020, so I get the feeling when life just kind of meshes together and each day kind of just feels the same, Groundhog Day, if you will. And I've actually been noticing a few times recently where I just forget what day it is. Like, I'll talk about plans I have for Friday and say that it's tomorrow and it's literally only Tuesday. But yeah, I feel like now in today's time it's gotten much easier and much more acceptable to complain about everything. To always find something to be miserable about. I mean, think about it. You go on Twitter and all of the blue check marks are paying their rent by just rage baiting people in replies. Engagement farming is much more effective when you rage bait or when you mention tragic events and favor the least favorable side. And when negativity runs rampant, it can be really easy to dismiss the good that's going on around us. There are people dying, so why should you be happy that you went to the gym consistently 7 days this week? And I feel like that's a little dumb. Sue me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the current political climate. I don't know what society wants me to do. I can't change anything. A shitty infographic on Instagram isn't going to end the war. Me boycotting whatever is popular to boycott now, I don't even know what it is. Last time I remember it was Starbucks. Doing that isn't going to end anything. What I can do is take advantage of the things I can control now. It can get very miserable very quickly, hyperfixating on world events, especially when it's stuff that you will never be able to help control. Is that selfish? Is that irresponsible? Maybe that's the case. Twitter would definitely think so, but that's what I wanted to talk about today. Taking advantage of what you can control. Being proud of what you're able to get done and accomplish. I feel like now, especially with the internet, everyone from all different walks of life are sharing what they're doing and what they're checking off their boxes. And since they're from different walks of life, some of that is going to look vastly different compared to everyone else. One guy you'll see, he just bought his first car. He got himself a good old 2013 Honda Civic because that's what he could afford, but that was his first car and he's excited. But then you swipe to the next story and some bratty Los Angeles influencer just did his third brand deal with Prize Picks. And he just made tens of thousands of dollars from that one post. So what do you do here? How do you stay grounded? How do you stay confident and secure in yourself when it looks like everyone is doing better and they're 2 steps ahead? And a simple answer can be to delete social media. That one is pretty straightforward, but a more practical and more healthier solution that I have is count all the little things, Count what you have now. It's common for people to measure their success in life by their milestones. Like, life is only good for me because I finally got my master's degree, so my life on this earth definitely has value now. Or like my wife and I just bought our first house and now we have a child on the way too. My family's growing. This is my purpose. And those are awesome milestones to reach, like I'm excited for those, especially that second one. But those are all great, but those take so long to get to. A master's degree takes years. Finding a partner that you want to spend your life with and actually going through life with them and getting the money for a house, that takes so long. That takes so many years. So like, what do these people do in the time between then? Do they not celebrate that they passed their midterm or that they finished another semester and now they're only a few semesters away now from graduating? Or this guy had a successful first date. They really hit it off, but he doesn't know if this is the girl he wants to spend his life with. So he's going to be nonchalant about it. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel a little weird talking about this because to me, I feel like this is obvious. I feel like it should be normal to just celebrate things. I feel like life can get very stale and very boring when you only celebrate the milestone. You only acknowledge all the hard work you did once you reached the end. I feel like that's common sense, but there are people that I see close to me and just in proximity of other friends that this is how they are. I don't know if it's because they think it's dumb celebrating too early or celebrating every little thing or they don't want to jinx where they're going, but I feel like you can gain so much more for just fulfillment by just acknowledging the little things here and there. Like, dude, when I got my first job out of high school, my first few paychecks I was getting from my part-time $12 an hour call center job, I saved and got my first PC. And this was around COVID, so I think the 30 series graphics card were just coming out. But my first PC was no NASA computer. I remember it was an RTX 2070 Super and a Ryzen 7 3700X. And it was no 3090, it couldn't run every game with ray tracing, but it ran the games that I played perfectly, and it was my first gaming system. I came a long way from sharing the PlayStation in my older brother's room my whole life. It was no supercomputer, but I had something to call mine, you know, I worked for that. So guys, like, I implore you, like, count the little things. I promise you, the little things do add up. I always thought it was cheesy, you know, to always count your blessings, and, you know, I found it annoying when my parents would tell me to be grateful that I have a bed to sleep on, you know, because not everyone has a bed. But honestly, the older I get, the more people I encounter, whether at work or when I'm just out and about, the more I genuinely understand that. Everyone's trajectory is so different, and people can have the same things as you objectively, but if you go into the weeds, it can be so different and honestly much worse. I can have a home, and this other person can have a home, but I have my mom and dad always there, and this guy might just have his mom. I might have a job that I hate where I wake up early and get screamed at by patients, but there are dudes that are working in the hot sun on top of rooftops at constant risk of falling and breaking their necks. It's like James Franco in The Interview, you know, same but different. Great movie. But yeah, literally just count what you have now, every little thing, you know, and you'll see, like, damn, I actually have a lot going for me. I woke up in a comfy bed, you know. A lot of people can't say that. If you had a nice home-cooked meal, bro, savor that. Like, I beg you. Like, if you didn't listen to anything I said, savor that home-cooked meal. Because there are people that live alone and they cannot cook. And they are cursed to forever order takeout and spend so much food on DoorDash or just eating to go. And honestly, nothing beats a home-cooked meal. But yeah, you brush your teeth today. Good stuff, because people walk around with musty breath. You're going to college and hate school. Be happy. You'll get a better shot at landing a job when you get out, because employers for some reason still care about what degree you have. Do you have two parents? Hey man, they may annoy you to death, but having both parents at home is such a blessing that I don't think gets talked about enough. Are you healthy? There are chronically ill people that would do anything to feel healthy again. Like, I'll leave it there. I'll stop with all the examples, but I can go on and on. But that's the point, you know. You stop and look around and see what you have around you, who you have around you, the kind of people you surround yourself with. You'll notice just how much there actually is to be thankful for. You'll see how well off you actually are. Could life be better? Yes, of course. You know, I'd rather not be working at this job I'm at now, but it's a job that pays well and pays my bills and gets me by, and that's honestly better than not having any of that. So yes, you know, even though there are things life can improve on, that doesn't mean we shouldn't acknowledge what we have now. I'll say it one more time, you know, the little things do add up, you know. And acknowledging these things and celebrating those small wins on the way to your goal will make your look back at it more enjoyable. It'll make everything worth more, you know, just in general. But that's all I have for you all today. I hope you got something from this, and if not, well, there's always my next video. So until then, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, good rest of your week, good rest of your evening whenever you choose to see this. If you have a question and want it answered in a video, feel free to send it to the email. You will remain anonymous. But other than that, I hope you guys take care, and please be well.